this is healthy. And that's where perception, but he don't read like, okay, how much the content of these seed oils is there and what is the impact on the body. And that's what the Americans did. They are doing like, oh, this is written as a healthy, real, natural, and kind of it's hijacking your senses and you are following that 100% and using those products. But when you see this kind of real versus unreal study, or how much we have to believe, and that happened to the omega-3 fatty acids. And that's true. Some people say, hey, omega-3 is really helping for me, for my kind of cardiac stuff. And some 50% saying, oh, no, it's a garbage, don't use it. And then the question is, hey, is your body's enzyme to process omega-3 is working? Oh, I don't know. And that's the kind of reaction of the kind of in the population study. But here we are talking about totally different approach. Hey, what are the levels of these particular very bioactive lipids at the site of where there is a problem, like a tumor? And that's where the chemistry clearly telling us that, hey, these are from. Now the question, hey, tell me how you can prove it. Because one thing we have to believe very kind of old-fashioned study, and that's where this coin essential fats. Those were husband and wife, the George Bird and the Mildred Bird. What they did, they kind of removed totally fat from the rat diet. What they noticed, those rats were dying way earlier. They have skin problems and many problems. And as soon as they add 2-3 drops of the fat, and then they start surviving and much more better health. It means the fat is essential. One confounding factors we have to understand, even the glucose also disrupt the lipid metabolism. Fructose also disrupt the lipid metabolism. So many dietary kind of choices, the impact on lipid metabolism, but this was never studied. So that is the one reason, yes, there is possible everyone can see, oh, there is a lot of smoke in the study because we are not considering what the populations were eating. That's 100% right. But we know that these molecules are exclusively come from only fat that every day we eat. And that's a very obvious connection for us, how it is kind of changing the precision of our immune system, which is key for our health.
I was just reading some food labels from bread.
Yeah.
I went to the store and I'll just read you one out loud. You'd think in bread, you need water and flour. Actually, it's all you need, and maybe some yeast, right? But here's this one, this typical loaf of bread: water, modified wheat starch. Well, why is it modified? How did they modify it? Wheat protein isolate. Okay, why not just wheat and flour? The sunflower flour, vegetable oil, soybean, preservatives, including calcium propionate, sorbic acid, monoglycerides, soy lecithin, guar gum, xanthan gum, maltodextrin, citric acid. Why do you need all those things? I'm not sure why you do. Some are, anti-mold, some are anti-this. What are they doing to the microbiome? So if we all went back to making our own bread or, growing our own vegetables and eating right, I think it would be a big difference in health.
So let me ask you a related question. So that sounds great in theory, but the fact is most people can't make their own bread. They couldn't even, if someone lives in a city or they live in one of these food deserts, like going back to an ancestral diet just may not be in the cards for most people. How do you guys, I'm guessing you guys aren't farmers on the side while you're doing your full-time science work here. What do you guys do to help avoid consuming so much of this stuff in your own life?